We're playing Dragon Quest 11 still. It's good. We got a whaleboat ship air thing. I mean, I guess why not, right? Typically you get an airship at some point in every JRPG. And I guess in this JRPG they just decided the airship would be a whale. On the plus side of things, in the game they're calling the places where you board your whale the whaleway stations, which is just too cute. Too cute. Anywho, I think we need to go to the battlefield, get some ore. Oh, I was assuming I would just be able, havens above. I was assuming I would just be able to like warp onto the whale, but I guess they're gonna make me do this thing where I have to go to the whaleway in order to board the whaleway. Heavens above. Okay, I can just do that. One extra loading screen. I guess we'll forgive it. Heavens above, where the Watchers live. Well, where the Watcher lives. Guess there's only one of them left. It's kind of sad. Poor buddy. We've got to go over here, though, I believe, to the battlefield, I think it's called. Before there was purple gas. Maybe the plot gas will have dispersed by now. What an idea. What an idea. Now that we have the MacGuffin, we can set things on fire. Alright. It's our party lineup here. Looks like we've got who we want. This area looks spooky. Dracolite. Some dudes in here. A little alcove. Dude wants to fight us? Why not? We'll oblige. This run on the left looks pretty horrific. I think we're still in Show No Mercy mode. Yeah. We're in throw everything you got at him mode. Lethal armor. Says Eric. Okay, well. Don't use MP mode. Save it for the big one. I guess Serena probably has a lot of skill points saved up. Yeah, 151. Hey NB, how's it going? Are you late? No, I think I started about 4 minutes ago. So you're just on time. Hope you're doing well today. How are you doing? Got to equip Serena. She's got a new haircut. Hey, Gregos Wong, how's it going? Welcome to the party. Hey. Serena has 151 skill points that I have to assign. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear you're doing pretty good. I gotta figure out what to do with all Serena's points. Her alma mater. Where did she graduate from? Devil's Delight. An attack can deal heavy damage to demons. To the bargain, eh? A lot of these moves that the dudes know. It's not really clear if they'll ever actually come up in combat. Yeah, I'm doing that as well. It seems like the best choice for her. What MB, you've beaten this game already, right? Well, these are heavy wands, as opposed to wands. Is there a difference between a heavy wand? Yeah, there is. Oh no, there isn't. Is there? Yes, there is. I'm a dingus. Many times. I just learned that Veronica's dead. I'm so sad about Veronica. She's my favorite character. So sad. So I'll have to get rid of that. Good. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Cat Donuts? I'm doing well. I'm so sad about Veronica still. I still miss her. She was so beautiful. I screwed up Serena's skill points. So when I find another one of those statues, I'll respec them. We won't worry about that now. All right, breakfast lurking. I'm into it. Enjoy your stealthy breakfast. Your stealthy breakfast. Especially when she's one of the main damage dealers. Yeah, for sure. I can dig. I can get into that. Veronica was my main damage dealer until she died. The battleground basement too. Be right back. Sounds good. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for joining me so early in the stream. You know, usually I at least go 15 minutes before I see anyone's face, right? It's just, you know, it takes a while for the notifications to get out and for people to come online and all that stuff. So I'm just, it's nice. It's nice. Like usually, like if you'll see when I'm playing like Ring Fit or something like that. Like I start the stream before I'm even ready to play and just use those like first 15-20 minutes to do some stretching and like get everything together, fill my water bottle. Oh, it's gonna let me jump. Okay. Usually the game does not let you do that. I usually don't, NB, to be quite clear. But, you know, I'm a hard-working boy, and I decided that I needed to take Saturday off. I'm not working today.
Let's go.
So, instead of working, I'm just gonna play video games for a few hours, and then I'm gonna go grab a cup of tea with a friend. And then after that, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play video games for the rest of the night. It's about time. About time I took a break. So this is a Spiderington Skelling dude. He gets 6 arms and 2 legs. That's 8. So instead, 15 hours he streams. No, I'm not gonna stream for 15 hours. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a good day. I work too hard. I know it. Part of the problem is that I really like what I do. And I'm always excited to move on to the next project. And I never want to take time off between them. But I really gotta. Because otherwise I will just fall over and turn into a mushroom. Or perhaps a pumpkin. Or maybe a toadstool.
Who else wants some?
Good one, Eric. Moron. An inscription is carved into the ancient stone. It looks as if it had been left by the Watchers. Watchers float above world. Watch, protect. This island is home. Here from beginning. Not just home for Watchers, home to ore. Special ore. Or banished by darkness. Or banished darkness. I need some darkness banishing ore. Oh, I lost my dragon bud. I was hoping my dragon bud would come through with me. Yeah, I would. I would definitely do that. My goal broadly is, you know, like my long-term career goal broadly is to be like an independent artist. And while the like dream of dreams would just be able to be a composer, realistically speaking, you know, even some of the best composers of our lifetime, like the best composers of right now, have a hard time making a good, secure living as a composer, right? There's probably like a 0.00001% of people who are able to like live a good, secure, decent life off of just composing, right? So it's not even necessarily about being a good musician at that point, right? It's about being one of the best of your era and then also getting lucky. So realistically speaking, I think I can't really necessarily ask for that. But the long-term goal, which I think is reasonable, is to like have some sort of combination between making music and playing in my band and making games and doing post-production audio for people and, you know, just like a mix of all those skills. Working on music videos, acting as a producer for other content, you know, in terms of helping other people make their records or helping people make their music videos and so on and so forth. Some sort of amalgamation of that. I would live very happily doing that. So that's the goal, more or less, is to, and I see like YouTube and Twitch as being something that's tied into that, right? I love video games. I make music for video games. I'm here learning about games with you guys, sharing my fun of games with you. I'm help spreading the word about my band and learning about other people's music and other people's projects, and you know, just part of a whole mixed bag artist's career. Vimo, indeed. Oh yeah. It's usually how it goes, right? Like everybody I know who's a musician, you know, all the folks that I went to school with, their career, their income is sort of like a combination of a lot of stuff. A lot of people teach a little bit and they play a little bit, and then they might have a side gig, like maybe they serve tables a couple days a week, or maybe like their uncle has a tax firm where 2 months out of the year they need somebody to help stuff envelopes, or you know, they learned how to shoot a good photo back when they were in art school or something, and they can do that on the side to help piece things together. And you know, usually between that and all the different sources of income, people just kind of make it work, right? So that's kind of my goal in all of this. So yeah, that's my very, very long answer to your very short question. Yeah, it can get overwhelming for sure. It's a lot. It's also not like a life that I would recommend, if that makes sense. I think that like, not to like close the door behind me kind of thing, but I think if you have like a skill, or if you have like a career, like a vocation that can provide you with like a good livelihood, that you could go instead of 65 points. Enables the user to occasionally cast a spell twice at no extra cost. Sure, why not? And then make music or your art or photography or whatever your constant passion, like outside of that. I think that's the way to go. You're no less of an artist just because you don't need it to make sure you like have food. But as you say, it can be stressful because like it's definitely happened to me, and it's definitely happened to friends of mine where for whatever reason, the phone just doesn't ring and you all of a sudden don't have income coming in for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you have trust that the phone will ring again and things will work out. But even though they always have, and probably, if we're being fair, probably will, the tough part is not being able to plan for it, right? Like not knowing for sure. Because it's like when the money's coming in and things are going good, you feel like you can't spend it, right? Because you never know when you're going to need it to begin for later. And some people deal with that better than others, right? If that doesn't sound like something that would bother you, then maybe a career in the arts is right for you. It's one of the risks of the job, right? But at the other end, like, there's a lot of benefits, right? All the people I work with are lovely. I know 100% for sure that the things that I'm doing with my time are worthwhile and making the world a better place. I know that they impact people really positively. I know that I'm contributing to my society and I'm contributing to my culture, and those are all great things to be able to do. Whereas, in other jobs, you might work for a firm that makes a lot of money, getting, oil out of the ground, and you might have a dubious relationship with the people whose land the oil is underneath, stuff like that. And I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I don't have to worry. So yeah, it's complicated out there. You got to do whatever's right for you. Keep your stick on the ice, as they say, right? Greatly increases the damage done by any offensive spells the user casts. Yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, so there's ups and downs, right? But yeah, I would say to anybody considering a career in the arts to first try any other skills that they have, and if those fall through, or if you're just miserable doing the day job thing, then be like, all right, the arts are right for me. I'm on board with a oil to green energy transition career. Yeah, for sure. If not like this generation, certainly the next generation of humans are going to need to be ready to be there, right? There's probably enough industrial inertia to keep oil and gas and all the secondary industries associated with them going strong to support people who are currently in that career and people who are entering it. But like every year the prospects get worse and worse for the oil and gas industry. Keeping like moralization, saying whether it's good or bad aside, it just can't continue, right? We're gonna run out of ice and then we're all gonna turn into lobsters. Sure, holy protection, whatever, man. It's also like where the growth is gonna be, right? There's lots of innovation and ambition and inspiring things happening. in green energy with like solar power and wind and tidal and geothermal, and then even down the road like fusion power and like science fiction kind of stuff happening. Whereas in the other field, it's more or less just like still blowing up dinosaurs. It's it's just not moving in the same way, right? Yeah, I feel like most people are better off being where the field is inspiring and improving the world and changing things for the better, as opposed to industries that are stagnant and on the wane. There's also a lot of people who just don't care, right? They just want a job that then ends at 5 o'clock, and they can go home and play with their Legos and their Power Rangers action figures, which is also okay. It's okay to not have your life defined by your vocation. As they say, different strokes for different folks. Ba-ba-bum. Thunder Trust. Pada poopa. Pada poopa. Yeah, let's do pada poopa. It's more fun to say. What's your trajectory for green energy transition career? Greg goes, well, I know that you're saying that you're learning about electronics. Is that true? Did I get this wrong again? Multi-trust. Potty poopa. What's this? Crushed ice? I want one. Oh, I'm a little sore from yesterday playing Ring Fit, so I might hold my controller like this for a bit. Lightning Storm. Summons the Infernal Thunderbolts to strike a group of enemies silly. Oh, that sounds fun. It doesn't sound much like using a spear, but hey, it's a JRPG, so whatever. Hey there, Kanchi, how's it going? Bonjour. Comment ça va? I'm sore, Kanchi. The ring fat me. It hit my shoulders good. That's good though. I'm always sore on Saturdays, especially. I don't exercise on Saturdays and Sundays, and I slowly get better until Monday. I'm feeling fresh again, and then it's a slow decline. Usually Wednesday, I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling so bad. And then Friday morning or Saturday morning, oof.
Another one bites the dust.
You're so witty, Eric. Yeah, it's good to see you too. Usually I don't stream this early, right? But I decided I'm not working today. I'm not doing any work. Usually I try to do at least a couple hours of things on Saturdays. Because I'm addicted to the workahol. But today, no. Today is video games and tea day. Smog bonnets. How you doing there, Kanchi? I hope you're well. I'm gonna try to keep my shoulders from fusing into one solid piece. Island not just home to watchers, home to ore. Special ore. I think it's the same as inscription as on the other one. Maybe I should stream this time of day more often. This is the most people I've had for Dragon Quest in a long time. Sound is on. How's it going there, Cat Donuts? I hope you're doing well. Hard Day's Studies. Just got my Sword and Shield version. Nice. You have to tell me about your journey. And you should have to, you guys tell me that if I should eventually pick up a copy of the game. In all of my crampiness about Sword and Shield, I hope I never gave anybody the impression that I thought it wasn't necessarily going to be a fun video game, but rather that I was ready to skip a couple more Pokemon games before trying out the series again. Alright, I'm questing for dragons. Probably not going to pick it up. I've been disappointed in the last games after X and Y. Yeah, I'm in that camp, MB. I think rather than just being kind of like, nah, this isn't the Pokemon experience I remember, and like, just give my time to some other games for now, and then come back to the series at a different point if it catches my eye. I think I've got the feeling that that's the right move for the girls and boys of the internet, like me and you. Time to saddle or sidle. Ooh, such good sidling. Did you see me sidle? Okay. Is it the same one? I've read this story before. Fierce battle. Oh no, this is slightly different. Peaceful land ruin. Now known only as battleground. Oh, we got a Puff Puff girl. There's no way that she's not secretly an evil demon. Floating around on this uninhabitable battle lord. I already say a shame, but maybe wait. Yeah. I think my competitive Pokemon days are behind me. I think part of it is more of like an internal struggle, where I just have to learn to like put that stuff behind. To not think about Pokemon as being like a serious team building, like optimize your dudes and then play against other people kind of thing. You don't like it when people have to sidle in video games? Sidling is like a staple of Legend of Zelda games. I don't think you're allowed to release a 3D Zelda game if Link doesn't sidle at least once. Thunderball. Wunderball. We're gonna go to tactics, and we're gonna let Serena use MB. Did Majora's Mask have any? I'm sure Majora's Mask had sidling. I can't think of any sidling sections of Majora's Mask off the top of my head, but it's a Zelda game. You're always sidling. It's just part of the formula. Hello there, handsome. Yeah, let's do it. Some weird lady on a floating death island. That's how we like it. What do you call sidling? This thing. What is happening? I'll show you. We'll go back to this sidland. Just think about the word side, right? You're on your side. And then it's a verb, sidling. Right here. Now our character's sidling. I think it's only in the Wind Waker. You definitely sidle in the Wind Waker, that's for sure. You do a lot of sidling in Link Between Worlds, that's for sure. Sidling is like a core game mechanic in Link Between Worlds. Sidling and walking on balance beams, I think, are forever 2 parts of Zelda games. I'm born ready. She's gonna be a demon, like, monster creature, right?
Don't be nervous now. Just
relax.
Oh, you're so muscly.
Muscly.
Let me work out these knots.
Okay.
Does that feel good? You'll tell me if it hurts, won't you?
Yeah, you go in the wall.
Okay, all
You
done.
are the wall.
You can open your eyes now.
Okay. Is that good? Look down, baby. Was ist das? Where'd my armor go? Or video game vocabulary? Yeah.
Surprise, darling.
Like what the source of...
3, 2,
Are we going bungee jumping?
puff, puff.
Is this lady crazy or what? This is amazing. I love how crazy the makers of Dragon Quest are. They just like... I felt like heaven, baby. Heaven. I'm in heaven. Well, that was very puffy indeed. It was very puffy. I'd go for a roll in your clouds any day, lady. Well, I thought, I love that, I love that it ended up being entirely benign. Like that just for no reason, there actually is a weird lady in the middle of a floating battle island who's running a bungee jumping spa for gentlemen. An agate of evolution. That's very silly. Can I get through door? No, door is locked. You also don't need to be on a ledge to sidle, right? Like, oftentimes that's where you are sidling in video games, but you don't necessarily need to be, like, hanging over a dark precipice in order for it to count as a sidle, right? If you move that way, just like on ground or whatever, that's still a sidle. Like, I think the Zora mask in Majora's Mask has a pretty good sidle going on. A chrono crystal. It's a crystal filled with time. Oh, tut tut tick. I finally found a password, and now I'm completely lost. Where am I? And who are... Hold on a minute. You're the Luminary? My luck has turned at last. Sweet. I got another password. Get them Tic Tacs. Who should I get Tic Tacs? The Tickle Talks? The Tockles need Tic Tacs? Tickington? Tick Tock? Tig-a-tib-tab. Tib-a-tab. I, might not be entirely sure what's happening. You look new, though. And kind of gross, so we're going to hit you on the head. I'm going to let the video game play itself and grab myself a drink. Give boxes of Tic Tacs to sliders. To hear them sidling. Oh, so they go as they sidle. That's cute. All right, I think I'm gonna sit down now. That's how I feel. I feel like sitting down now. Standing was kind to me, but now I think it's time to sit. I've got a scarf on because my neck and shoulders are sore from playing 17,000 hours of Ring Fit Legends or whatever it's called. It's not because I'm a tenor and I'm going to go give my big operatic review. Oh, I got attacked from behind by a dead dragon. You work too hard on your squats, not enough on your arms? You think so? It's possible. The most I went to the gym in my life was while I was in music school, and out of fear of hurting my hands, I definitely overemphasized leg stuff over upper body. And then when you combine that with like all the cycling that I do, I would definitely say that like my legs are better developed than my upper body is.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'm okay with that. I still, to this day, have that kind of dynamic, right? Because if I work my upper body too much, I find it affects my ability to play Brain Trainer. I find it affects my ability to like play the piano the next day. It's not exactly what I'm looking for in a workout. Where do we go? Basement 8? I guess we are quite far down and skip most of the layers. Yeah, so I wouldn't say you're wrong there, Kanchi. I'm also kind of okay with it. Yeah, I guess as it is, like, I'm working my upper body in different ways. Elsewise, right? It might not be through squeezing that ring or throwing my weight around or lifting big stuff, but rather through the smaller and more delicate but more precise motions of playing bass and playing piano. So a workout nonetheless, just of a different sort. Everybody with 12-year-old with the legs of a 30-year-old bodybuilder in his prime? Maybe. I don't know about a bodybuilder. I don't know about a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders, they really have built bodies. They're strong boys and girls. Well, that was rude. Laser tail guy. I like this guy, the overkilling machine. Oh, the writing's so good. The overkilling machine. You know, it's all relative. It's all relative. I could definitely do the 100 squats without feeling it, but my arms gave out on me earlier. I think a big thing for me is that, like, my wrists give out on me. Or not my wrists, my forearms give out on me. And I think it's from all of this, right? From playing the piano and pressing, right? doodly doodly and pressing with your arms. When you play piano, the weight comes from like the physical weight of your arm, which you like inflect into the piano through your forearms. Does that make sense? And then through playing bass, gripping the bass, and then plucking the strings, or then on the other bass through, I guess, pressing and pulling. I feel like by the end of the day, like my forearms just are not super excited to do a whole lot of gripping and pulling anymore. So that might be why I am less enthusiastic about hitting the arms exercises quite so much. Whereas, like, compared to squats or whatever, yeah, let's go, let's do them, let's hit those things. 100, why not? Throw on 100 more. That's a bad axe. That's too bad. I was looking for a good axe. Oh boy. Oh, so this is a good shield, you say? An otherworldly shield that can erect a barrier capable of blocking incoming spells. Well, that's cool. Oh, you. Oh, we can give him the pirate hat. Let's do that. I'm still sad that Veronica's dead. For those of you keeping track at home. Alright, shinies. We like shinies. Some Dracolite, why not? What's it for? I don't know. Do we need it? Debatable. Erdrea was at peace. But then disaster. Dark one came. Hope turned to despair. Only Luminary can defeat him. Only with sword. Sword of precious ore. I'm like the Dark One in that I am weak to swords. Swords are one of my main weaknesses. If you attack me with a sword, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill me. So keep that in mind. If I ever get turned by a demon or something. Just in case, right? Just in case it comes up. Okay. Oh, that's the ore. The glowy blue rock. One more chunk.
Tells me we found our special ore.
Usually ores don't look like much, right? You kind of have to be...
You have got to be kidding me.
Know a thing or two about geology or like chemistry
Honey, are you okay?
to actually spot them. This is
more than okay.
the rare blue.
Do you know what this is?
Bluenite.
It's calcum. Do you have any idea how much this stuff is worth?
It's worth the fate of the world.
Calcum. Well, well. I've read about it in books, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. Are you sure, laddie?
Oh, I'm sure.
Am I sure, he asks? You bet I am. I steal valuable stuff for a living, remember?
Not anymore. He's gone straight.
The rarest metal in the world. I wish Mia was here to see this.
She's sick, though.
This is the ore we were looking for. I should have guessed. Imagine what a fortune you could make with a lump this big. Sorry. Got a little carried away there. Don't worry, I get it. This here ore is strictly for sword making.
There's probably more than you need for a sword, though. If we're being real talk about, I mean, just get it. Oh, whatever, fine. We're not gonna go through a mining.
We're one step closer.
A mining mini game. That's fine. That's fine. Is that it? Is that all we need from this, the overlooked cavern? Is that all we need from this area? It feels like I missed a lot of it by accidentally falling through to the bottom. I can understand why it may have been overlooked. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. Yeah, they did kind of tuck it in the middle of nowhere, eh? I bet there's a lot of people who get stuck on this spot because they're just not patient enough to search high and low for it. There are some goodies in the chest. We gotta do that looting. Ah, okay. Can I sidle my way over here? Is this a rare platforming section in Dragon Quest? Dragon Quest becomes a 3D platformer very briefly. What? I gotta start paying attention. Or not. You gotta do a sick jump! Okay. If only this was Breath in the Wild and I had Link's super cool motorcycle. Yeah, how do we get out of here? Didn't I fall right through the middle? Alright, I want in there so I can get the sweet treasures. This isn't platforming. They wouldn't do that, right? Would they? How did I even get here? I'm so lost. I didn't pay attention to anything when I came down here. I have no idea where I'm going. There's a torch over there, though. That's usually video game design for come this way. We already did, though. Okay, well, fine. I don't know, I'm legitimately lost.
You know, I've been thinking...
Eric. In recent hours of gameplay, I've really turned on Eric as a character. Alright, well, you know, just do the thing we all know and love. We're just gonna zoom out of here. I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't seem that important. What can I say? I probably lost the one small ingredient required to make the super awesome late game content killing sword And it's the only time you can ever get it. Is right then, and if you leave, the entrance collapses, and there's a boulder in the way, and you can't get it. Even though you have a magic sword that like can kill the devil. You can't get a boulder out of the way. So as far as I remember, we needed to go to Gallopolis next, right? Hey there, Sean Feetham. How's it going? Welcome to the channel, my man. It's me, Liam. Pleasure to meet you. Hey, sign into use app. How's it going? Welcome back. Bienvenue. Am I an experienced Dragon Quest player? I've played quite a few Dragon Quest games in the past. This is my first playthrough of this game. But I've played a bunch of the other ones. I'm familiar with the series, if that's what you mean. I guess it depends on what you mean. What do you mean? Tell me what you mean. I demand to know. How's y'all's is doing today? How you doing, Sean? Yeah, I love that the places where you get on and off the whale is called the Whaleway. It's just too cute. Alright, Talkington, thanks. Sweet. Thank you for the password. It's the Whaleway. Whaleway Station. How much do you know about Dragon Quest? I don't know, an amount? One Liam a meter's worth of knowledge. I don't know, you're gonna have to test me, I think. You're gonna have to be the arbiter. You'll have to decide for yourself how much I know about the Dargon Quest. I know what Puff-Puff is, and I know how to get it. Is the music for 11 okay? I would say the music for Dragon Quest 11 is very good. The orchestral rendition is fantastic. It's a very, very good recording. It's a very sturdy, very good performance. The themes themselves are wonderful. The music of Dragon Quest is cool in that they reuse the material from older games over and over again while introducing new stuff. And the effect is, at this point in time, every single song is really good. You know what I mean? They just keep the hits. That's what I would say. I don't know. This blend of trombones and French horns in the overworld theme does it for me. Does it do it for you?
So the rumors were true. Erdwin's lantern descends towards Gallopolis.
Alright, guys, Henrik. Okay. This looks dangerous.
They say it began when Yggdrasil fell and darkness covered the land. But why?
You want to know what Puff-Puff is? That's a good question. Is it an evil tackle?
Erdwin's lantern, eh?
You're not gonna quiz me?
Back in Dundrasil, we had a legend that after Erdwin defeated the Dark One, he ascended to the skies as a star.
Look at
so
that
he
booty.
could watch over Erdrea for all eternity. That was one of Eleanor's favorite stories. And I always thought it was just that, a story. But now I'm not so sure. I mean,
What's going
if
on?
the Lord of Shadow's rise caused Erdwin's lantern to descend,
Oh, is that the star in the sky? The red star? Something wrong with that tackle.
you even listening, laddie? Huh, charming. Well, I can share my musings with you again if you'd like.
It's a JRPG, so all you have to do is talk to them again. They'll say the same thing.
Heard everything you needed to hear, did you? Well, I suppose this is no time to be standing around pontificating. The lantern's on course to crash straight into this fair kingdom.
Veronica's dead, though.
We'd best go and see what the Sultan thinks of all this, eh?
Hey, let's do it. Galavolis. Lord of Shadow again, but I beat it into 3 other Dragon Quests. Yeah, exactly. He's back. Ugh. I guess there's probably the pony races are canceled. That's, I think, the first order of business. We have to figure out whether or not the pony races are still on. My guess is no. Are you just sleeping? So we don't understand what's going on. First Hagerful falls, and the world becomes infested with monsters. Then this enormous star descends towards us. It's all too much for me. I will remain here and wait my fate. You may be waiting a while yet, sir. Alright, pony races. Gonna race a pony, gonna race a pony. Pony, pony, pony. Put a paper bag over his head? Maybe we'll get some more sleep that way. Make sure to cut eye holes out, though. Alright, let's race the ponies. Oh yeah, we can do the Gold Cup. Let's go! Race day. Yeah, sure. Let's hear a joke. Show me what you got. Nice. Look at this gold, this ominous gold cup. The important things are happening. The world can be saved later. Today we must gamble. I forget the controls. What's 4 and 5? I don't know. You'll have to tell me. What's happening? Oh, I'm not drifting. Right. My horse doesn't like it when I slam it into walls, I'm noticing. Like that. Or slam it into pumpkins. Okay, I used to be better at this. I'm not afraid to admit it. Alright, last lap. We're gonna have to do better than we did on the first lap. I was kind of just remembering how the controls worked. But we can catch this guy, I believe. Get out of my way, you loser. Oh, come on, pony. Who's a pretty pony? If I win this... Like, what? How did I win that? That was ridiculous. What's 4 and 5? It's 9. Math. I get it. 2 is a company and 3 is a crowd. What's 4 and 5? 9. I suck at the races, but somehow I still won. It's like they want me to win. A metal slime helm. Jalapeno face. Why shouldn't you make a chili pepper angry? Because they get jalapeno face. I get it. I get it. They're all up in your face. Okay. Okay. I think I understand. They're aggressive, and you're probably afraid of that. Because you might worry that they're gonna harm you. I get it. I understand jokes. I don't know. The only jokes I didn't really know are like musicians' jokes. How do you know what the board game frustration is? By reading the manual. I was on easy mode. There we go. That explains a lot. No more easy mode. You know what board game frustration is after playing it. I remember frustration. I had a copy of that. It's a lot like sorry. Copy that. You just hit the popper in the middle and it rolls the die, and then you just like hope to win. Hope the game generates the numbers you need in order to win, because you have no control over anything. It's also called frustration. I don't know why that would help you sell a game. You know, if I named a game Finger in the Eye, how badly would you want to pick that thing up? From the makers of Finger in the Eye and the thrilling follow-up, Faint Poo Smell, comes Frustration. The game you will hate. Last lap. That was quick. I'm pressing boost like the whole way. I guess hitting those corners doesn't help. Oh, okay. Bull. We're gonna do this again. I got drunk at school and went to the cupboard and found one of those giant sheet games I use as a blanket. Oh, okay. Twister. I know that one. Or if you've seen the movie Office Space, the jump to conclusions map. We're gonna win. We gotta win. We gotta do this. We gotta bring home the gold for all the boys and girls of Erdrea. They're counting on the luminary to go to the race course and win on the ponies. Charge. So forth. I figure I should probably slam my horse into the wall less. The horse would probably like me more if I slammed it into the wall less. I like how you can initiate a drift in midair. Like as though the horse has like air control, like it's a plane. It's got like avionics and like an air rudder. Alright, this is my race. This is the day. No, don't smash into things, pony. What is this horse's name, anyways? This is BS. I hate this game. Do you have a picture? What are you studying in school? I hate this pony. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna try one more, and then we're gonna give up on the ponies, because otherwise we're gonna have the pony turned into glue. No, we won't do that. It's the jockey's fault, not the pony's fault. Essentially, at this point, we're just buying really expensive gold chunks. Go, pony. I think in order to win, you can't bonk even once. Don't bonk, not even once. I think I may have bonked there. I think the game's just like cheating, so to speak. No, you're not cheating, but I think the my opposition's horse has superior racing attributes to my own. I was in first for at least a bit there, though. Unless there's some like speed boost mechanic I don't understand. But I've got the dash button jammed, right? That's probably gonna do it for me. Boo! Alright. The no bonk rule. You're not allowed to bonk until afternoon. Fine. I don't have the patience to win on the ponies right now. We'll come back. We'll never come back. I'll come back and get it when we do our 100% playthrough of this game. Where we're gonna play every little bit of this 600-hour JRPG. We're gonna 100% clear it, right? I need to do a 100% playthrough of this game like I need to get kicked in the head. It's been a lot of fun. And it's been great, but yeah. That takes dedication. My 100, yeah, I had to do my 100% speed ring of Ring Fit on level 30 intensity. I'm definitely ready to bump the intensity up to level 29 on Monday, but yeah. I wonder how long that would take. Already? Yeah, I'm good for it. I was feeling good by the end of this week.
My boy, please. Your reckless heroics will get you killed.
Well, Fadi's actually being heroic.
Fear not, father. I will take all necessary precautions. By the time I return, the mystery of the star will be solved and Gallopolis will be saved.
You got a license for that accent? Yeah, exactly. What even is that? Sir, are you aware that you are driving that accent at 60 miles an hour in a 30-mile zone?
Thank you once again for all you did for my son.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to see your registration for that accent. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the game.
Surely this cannot be.
Sir,
It's been a
step out of the
while,
game,
eh,
please.
Your Majesty? Years, in fact. I haven't seen you since the Colloquy of Kings and the disaster that followed.
Illegal
Lord
accent.
Robert, please, you must
I am the
listen.
prince.
What we were told about the
What did I?
luminary was false. He is not the spawn of the darkness after all.
I am the prince of
We
Norway.
were deceived by King Carnelian. We allowed the world to be destroyed.
This is what
We brought
Norwegian
this
sounds
disaster
like,
upon
da.
ourselves.
Please hire me for your
Come
game.
on, Your Majesty. We can hardly be blamed.
My accent is
This
completely
Mordecai's
consistent.
doing. He's the one who possessed King Carnelian and caused all this chaos. This is down to him and no one else.
Lord Robert,
Lord Roberto.
We need to talk about that star.
I love how the
If
Sultan is
Edward's
just an
ransom
idiot.
falls much further, Gallopolis is done for.
He's just
What do
kind of
you know
dumb.
about it?
sadly very little. I have tasked my finest scholars with investigating its origins, but they have discovered nothing.
It's just like he's got easy living in
There
this
is
part of the
one thing
world.
that may be of interest. My son Faris claims to have been able to make out runes on the surface of
So,
the
like, he just
barrier
doesn't
that
need to be-
surrounds the star.
Runes, eh? This is the first I've heard of a
Yeah, there's
barrier
French
surrounding
characters
the
in this
lantern,
game. There's
let alone
whole
anything
like
being
a
written on it.
Dragon
Was
Quest
your
France.
sure of this?
We can go there if you want. We can go visit
certainly
Dragon
appeared
Quest
to
France
be.
if you want.
In fact, He has taken one of our most learned scholars to the Celestial Sands in order to investigate the runes more closely.
This is sort of like
It
Dragon
is
Quest
there
Arabia.
that we believe the star will make its landing.
I see. Reckon we'd better go and take a good look at these runes ourselves, eh? Shall we head out after the prince?
It would put my mind at ease if you would, Lord Robert. I cannot help but worry about him being abroad in such dangerous circumstances.
It'd only take 2 minutes to do.
You have my thanks. I will instruct the guards to permit you passage through the checkpoint.
It'd be hard to see some voice acting, though. Oh, you're gonna let your guards let me through the checkpoint? As though your guards be able to stop me? You know that I'm the effing luminary, the hero of legend? And I've got a magic sword. Well, I've got a lump that will be the magic sword one day. I'm a little worried about the Ferris, of course. That being said, I think if we went to Dragon Quest France, we'd not actually be able to hear any voice acting. Because of the reading in French. Is not the same as the voice acting in French. The medallier. Although I have to admit, the voice actor that they got for this sounds like an Anglo who's just reading with a cheeky fake French accent rather than being like an actual francophone reading en anglais. If that makes sense. Do you think the prince has freshened up his library since we last were here, or the books will have more or less the same thing to say? Smashing all the things in the prince's bedroom because he has a really bad accent. Good job sweeping. Keep it up. Jumping on the king and the queen's bed. So dark in here. Oh, I want to try to jump over him. Your fake Italian accent is reminiscent of the Swedish chef from the Muppets. Yeah, I sort of drifted between Swedish and Italian. And a little bit of like Germanic. I think I said da instead of ja, which would be like meandering over on into Russia. Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's just a tour of Europe. Alright, let's go figure out what's up. The prince went this way. Okay, let's do it. It's a road show of an accent. Yeah, what was with that performance? Up until that exact moment, the voice acting in this game has been superb. That was rough. What about Horseless Headsman? What about them? Everybody's just all jazzed up. Another victim of the crack. Crack kills, boys and girls, okay? Eric, get up. Shocked. Is that a new status effect? Shock? Hello, Clown-Slius. Sorry, I don't know how those letters in that order. It's gonna get me. How you doing though? However, whoever you are. Look at this big horsey. Amazing. If you just tap the trigger button, your character just wiggles his feet. That's so good. A horseless headsman. Alright, we're gonna rotate him out. And you. And you. Level 40. Is that high? Is that low? I've just sort of been pressing A and running around and not really worrying about it too much. I'm currently letting the game play itself. Boo boo doo 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 doo. I've not found the combat to be very difficult or deep. Can you just like speed it up? Settings. Speed. Sweet. Battle mode. No. Sweet. Look how many hours of my life I just got back. While the video game plays itself. Oh. Hendrik is a spiffy boy. Hendrik is doing laps. Hendrik failed the last fitness test. He needs to be able to run a mile in 15 minutes or he's gonna get kicked out of the police academy. Alright, Sylvando, we get it. We're showing off. There you go. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Aw, the game ruined it. I was trying to get the perfect degree angle to just run circles. Come on, Hendrik. If you can't pass this test, they're gonna kick you out of the academy. And you're gonna have to go back to being a plumber. Are you guys still going at it? You guys gonna finish this up anytime soon? We've got places to be. Remember that time Greg said I couldn't spin in circles? Y'all remember that? La da 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 dum. Oh, Sylvando. Plumber is awesome. Hendrik is a pretty good plumber, I'm sure. You'd rather be a hero, though, right? There's nothing wrong with being a plumber. But if you want to join the police force like Hendrix does, you can't do it because you failed the fitness test, then it's a little different, right?
Another day, another victory.
There's nothing inherently bad about being a plumber. It's just when your dream is to fight crime on the streets of Gallopolis as a member of Gallopolis' finest. It's kind of a different vibe, right? usually there's like a maximum like rate of rotation for the horses, and then when you figure it out, you can make them spin around in ridiculous ways, and it's great. Am I in the force? Like, am I a police officer? No. No, I'm not a police officer. I'm just telling silly jokes. I'm a musician. I make sounds in a good order. Or, not sounds in a good order. Sounds in an order that some people like. This horse is honestly not very fast. I'm gonna be clear about this horse. It's gonna go on the horse's next performance review for sure. Are you a police officer? Are you a member of the Gallipolis Police? Ah, beast bone. I've captured a number of these beast bones. I still don't know how to do what they do. Still don't understand. The horse is fast, just looks slow. I'm sure the horse is doing its best. You're not a police officer? It's fair. Most people are not police officers. The odds of being a police officer is low. If you were to divide the world into two groups, people who are police officers and people who are not police officers, most people would be not police officers. What was this horse's name? What do you think we should call the horse? Old Glowy. Yeah, the star, it's pretty big. To be honest, it looks bigger than when we were in the city, but whatever. Still on and on about that letter, eh? He's not forgotten. Yeah, you were attacked by monsters. Sounds scary. I believe you there. Alright. Aww. My horse got vaporized. See you, horsey. I'm a horse. Let's go for a lovely, lovely walk on the beach with our crab friends. I'm impressed by how high your character can jump while wearing full plate mail. It's quite a feat. It's quite impressive. I don't know that I would be able to jump at all. You're gonna 100% the game? Do you have any idea how close you are to that? If you had to guess, would you say you're like half the way there? Full the way there? 99%? Only a couple hours left. You gotta collect just a few dinguses and then you'll be good. What does 100% the game entail? Like one of every item? Perfecting every foraging recipe? Okay, we seem to be in the wrong direction. I'm no expert, but I think we're in the wrong way. There is a lot to do in this game. You are most certainly correct. Cat donuts. What even is a cat donut anyways? What kind of crazy name is that? You think if I get with this sword, if I get Hendrik to spin around fast enough, he'll float away? I want a side quest where it's required to spawn this monster with 2% RNG. Is that the red killing machine thing in Sniffelheim? I remember talking to some dude about about that, a quest like that, where it seemed like there was like a random chance for the boss to, like the monster you need to fight to even appear. And I was like, nah, we're good. I don't have time for that. I got stuff to do. But hey, if you want to commit, it's just a temporary name. Okay. But now you're Shonoff Studios. Stooges. La 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 la. Can I not see it? Oh, I went the wrong way. There's another one on the island. There's only one of them on the entire island. Sweet. Discord. Hey, c'est moi. Bonjour. Bienvenue. Le Discord Dalium.
No. You agreed to do this.
No. My accent is very good.
No, sir. We cannot hope to read the runes from here.
What is happening?
But, Your Highness, I am sorry. It is too dangerous.
What happened to
I'm
your
afraid
voice, Your
I must
Highness?
refuse.
Do you have a means of deciphering the symbols without entering the celestial sands?
What is this accent?
Well, no. But
Oh, Principal. Hello, darling.
Okay, do it. Hit that.
long time no see.
Hit that.
Silvando,
Principal.
what an unexpected pleasure.
The Sultan said you were out here in the scary sands trying to read runes of a falling star. Huh. Guess you grew up to be quite the brave boy.
I am simply doing my duty to my people. But what about you? What brings you to the sands?
Oh, I'm just a legitimate actual hero saving
Same
the
thing
world.
as you,
So,
Your
like,
Highness.
whatever.
We have come to investigate
deal.
Erdwin's lantern.
Sir
Hendrik, shut up.
Sir Hendrik? Ah, the hero of Heliodor, here in my kingdom!
What is going on?
You know who I am, Your Highness?
Bang.
But
They
of
were in
course,
the sheets?
You are my hero! You are every aspiring knight's hero! To serve under your command is my life's ambition!
Didn't Heliodor, like, collapse
Honored,
and get
Your Highness.
ruined by a big
The
monster?
courage you have
Didn't
shown
Hendrik, like,
venturing
murder
out
everybody?
here suggests that you would make a fine knight, wherever or whomever you serve.
I beg to differ.
Truly, you have no idea how much your words mean to me.
Ferris is
Oh,
100%
thank
a
you
coward.
From the bottom of my heart.
Sorry to butt in, Your Highness, but might I ask how your investigations are going? You were looking a wee bit frustrated back there when we arrived.
Indeed I was, old man. That fool of a scholar is too frightened to accompany me any further into the sands.
He's a scholar, not
I
a
am not
warrior.
one for learning. The symbols will mean nothing to me, which leaves me in quite a
I am but a stupid prince.
Well, I think I might be able to help out there, if you'll allow me.
You are some manner of wizened ancient? Excellent. I would be very much obliged.
What is wrong with
The ruins
Ferris?
can be best seen from the ruins in the center of the sands. Meet me there.
He seems different in some way. He seems really pretentious now. Like he's trying to convince us that he's a big smart dude. I kill birds. Wow, Eric. Good work. Bad work. What are you doing? I guess under this regime, this follow orders regime, Rab is pretty much useless, right? He's doing like 1 damage. Certifiable moron. Does he say like a big old dingus?
Another one bites the dust.
Alright, well. I don't know. Jade, you get back in here. Sweet. Well, that was fun. Let's kill a cactus. I know you're a cactus. Whatever, fine. Oh, hey, it's a gold one. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna make sure it dies. Multi-thrust? No. Party pooper? No. No. Hip drop. It's a Golden Globe Award. It's already dead. Alright, well. Hooray! Gold ore. Does it do anything for me? I thought there was a quest at some point where I was supposed to take one of those guys on. Yeah. The aloe vera. That quest is still active. Dear Lord. Alright. I'll bite.
Victory will be ours.
It's a cactolol. Cactolotl. You're not so tough.
Huh. Easy.
Nah, don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. Bum 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 bum. It's really funny though. It makes me think about how Garchomp isn't in the new Pokemon game. What's y'all's favorite Pokemans? What's y'all's favorite Pokemonses? Pokemonses. Do y'all have a favorite Pokemonses? Snorlax? That's a solid pick right there. Can't fault you for that. Um. I can relate to him on so many levels. He's your spirit animal. I get that. Do you often block traffic? Your spirit Pokemon? Yeah, Nintendo is pretty insistent about how Pokemon are not animals. I had to run 200 meters, and now I'm exhausted.
Taking a nap, Principal? And there was me thinking you'd come to investigate the lantern.
Truly, it is even more magnificent when one lies directly beneath it. How many can say that they have seen such glories up close?
Do you have a favorite EV evolution? Or shall I say an evolution? Do you have a favorite evolution? By any chance? Hey, the evil Tockle. I guess Squiddo's the only person who can see the Tockles, right?
What are these ruins?
Don't go
anyway?
changing.
And how come they're out here all on their own in the middle of the desert?
Huh? Oh, they have been here forever. Since the age of our grandfathers' grandfathers. Or some such nonsense.
It is hard to choose. There's definitely wrong answers, though. The right answer is hard,
They were
but
built for something very important. I just
there's
know.
definitely a wrong answer.
Ooh, maybe some kind of stage. What a place to perform. Can you imagine?
Let's go.
What happened? Yeah, Squiddo's the only person who can see them, right?
The runes, Your
Tockles.
Highness. I can definitely see some on the side of the lantern. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Read that old language. You get yourself a monocle, a spyglass, a telescope, as it were. This is probably going to be a good thing that happens, right? Let's go talk to our dear boy, Little Evil Tockle. Little Evil Tockle, how do you do? Is it just doing Tai Chi? You can see me. Oh, it's voice acted. Hold on.
Are you okay, honey? You were talking to yourself, and we all know what that means.
What if Sylvando was voiced by Danny DeVito? Usually in this game, the more arms something has, the more evil it is. I think I'm going to want to spend some of my skill points.
The lantern!
You're okay with it? You would have Danny DeVito voicing Sylvando? It would be a funny take on the character.
It's falling! It's falling! We're gonna be squished!
It's smell end. It's the end of all smells. Oh no, it's me. Birdord on Birdigle.
Lord Robert, it is not safe here. We must fall back.
End of the game.
Oh, give me a minute, will ye? I think I can make out what the runes are saying.
I don't think I have enough orbs, and I haven't made the magic sword yet. I haven't made the big old. I gotta make a sword of light.
Lass. Moss.
Classmas.
Please, Lord Robert, it is too dangerous.
Hendrik, you shut your mouth, okay? Nobody asked you. Ooh, speed lines. Run, old man, on your little legs.
What is this?
What happened?
Is happening?
Okay. If only we had that whale. Our whale could battle red-eyed purple dude. Well, that's gonna hurt. I like that Ferris is just rolling away on the sand.
None shall challenge me. This world is mine, and mine alone.
Okay. I thought we were gonna fight.
Was that the Sword of Shadows?
Probably. Otherwise you wouldn't say that.
The lantern. It has disappeared. The star was named for Erdwin, but can such an ominous phenomenon truly be the work of heroes? Was the foul creature wielding the sword not...
That was no foul creature, Sir Hendrik. That was the savior of Gallopolis.
Ferris is so
He
stupid.
spared us all from the falling star.
Yeah, alright,
the
dummy.
kingdom is saved.
Alright, dummy.
My people will surely thank me when I bring them the good tidings.
Yeah, bad guy just want to share the
I must
world.
return to the city and spread the news. Come and find me at the palace if you need me.
Nah.
Yes.
We were totally gonna use the big orbo to power up our
What could that mean?
our super laser sword. So
Why don't we go
Classmos.
ask the Sultan? It's his kingdom. Maybe he knows something.
I think the Sultan knows the least out of all of us, Sylvando, to be honest. No, it's gonna be the giant orb was gonna be our friend. Yeah, what does the Tockle think of that? Is the Tockle all sad now? So in video games, like the weapon of legend is always a sword, right? But what if there was a game where like the legendary hero's weapon was a magical grenade launcher? Oh, there's nothing to say. What about that, eh? The heirloom grenade launcher. Think about it. This grenade launcher has been passed down through 100 generations. It could, but what if it was magic? And it just had infinite grenades in it, and that was part of what made it a legendary weapon. You know, instead of the sword of light, it was the grenade launcher of light. The RPG of light, the rocket-propelled grenades. This is the legendary... Well, this is what I'm saying, is like usually people are a bow of light. Yeah, what about grenade launcher, though? The symbolism isn't as good, I think. It's not as clear symbolically. Because swords kind of stand for justice in the world, right? Like... But I think I might be onto something here. We could start like a whole new type of storytelling. I think one of the reasons why grenade launchers aren't used in that way in the heirloom. Ooh, look at the lighting seam. Lighting is because they're not very precise, right? Grenades don't have a real feeling of like justice. They kind of feel more like arbitrary, random, explosive killings. That one had a different pattern on its back. Black instead of gray or brown or tan or whatever. This guy gets a lot of attacks. He's dead now, though.
Who else wants some?
Good one, Eric. Cackrack? No. Yeah, I wonder why that guy had... So he's got black spine, so maybe black is the default, and the white one was the weird one? Or maybe just part of them is white. Oh, okay. So just on their head, it's, or like on the top of their back, their spines are black, and then in the middle of the body they have white spines. How about this theory? Explosive weapons are banned in Japan after World War II, so there's no choice but to create comics based on medieval weapons. Yeah, that sounds like a thing. It's not a completely ridiculous thing to say. Yeah, without I don't know if there's any basis of truth in that, but I definitely know that, like, if you're thinking about storytelling as a function of culture and the way that it reflects the lives and the values of the people who are telling the stories, there's definitely, like, what is happening here? Are they just doing? They're just doing laps around them. There's definitely an angle where, rather than thinking about the recent history, of like a gross and troubling and humiliating and horrific conflict of World War II. Instead,
easy.
Appeal to stories of a mythic past, even an imagined past, of swords and sorcery and wise heroes who fight decisively for very black and white ideals. Like justice, right and wrong, good versus evil. Rather than like bogging down in the minutia of daily life. Dealing with like the post-war economy and like the American occupation and all that stuff. It was very appealing to tell a story about a guy who has a sword who beats up an evil demon. So those are huge downfall during the war. Yeah, for sure. The whole bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I can understand why people might not appeal to them. It's the idea of a grenade launcher legend. Totally. At any rate, I'm just being a goof. Just being a goofus. But it's true though.
Victory will be ours.
In games, you don't see stuff like that. The legendary weapon is, as you put, either a bow or a sword. And maybe that's for a good reason. Maybe that's is best that way. Solas. Is that how I would say the last phrase there in your name? Solas? Solais? Soleis. KM Soles. KM Soles? Something like that. Clay M Soles. Clay M Soles. Bop 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 bop. Lump lump. Lump lump. Lump lump. It was a stroke of almost unbelievable fortune that Erdrea's lantern was destroyed just the moment it seemed certain to fall upon us. By the sands, a sinister figure appeared and sliced the lantern in two? Are you joking? Of course, after all, in the world of any other capable of cutting a star, surely. Is that, what kind of name is that? Is that a character from a game? Is that a name from some culture I'm unaware of? Because I'm a filthy Anglo. Is it something you just came up with? Whatever it is, it's a cool name. La 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 la. Gotta get some more beast bone after shooting this guy in the face for no reason. Bum, 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 bum. See ya. Wow.
Victory!
No, Zavanda. It's a weapon in Irish folklore. Oh, called the glaive. Solus. Oh, okay, cool. So it stands for your name is Magic Sword 2? Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't really know any Gaelic. I know some of it just by sound from growing up in the east coast of Canada. I was born and raised in Halifax, but like I don't know any Gaelic. Oh no, God, look out for that sword. Look out for the Cleon Solix, God. It's gonna kill you. I don't think you want that, God, right? God's got other plans. I bet you anything I can't actually jump onto this this stall, but I'm gonna try. You gotta have to try better than that. Ba-boo-dee-doo-dee-dee-da. Yeah. It ain't happening. I can handle this quest at long last, though. By the sands, a golden globule. It's not such more charming than any ordinary cactus. The texture appears to be perfect. Perhaps I should sample a piece of it raw. Oh, it's rich and juicy and very sharp, just as cactus should be. 1,000 thank yous, friend. You've improved our lives. We've caught lovers everywhere. Please allow me to give you a little something in return. Trickster. Guy. I guess, like, video gamers. Am I gonna do Tickington? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do... I've done a couple of them already, and I feel like they'd be more fun if I did a bunch of them in a row. I did the one where everyone was dogs, and I did the like one where you go to the Gale home dungeon from Dragon Quest 1. And I was like, okay, these are cute. I'll come back to these, and I think I'll do them all at once. Just sit down and do a session of them. They're kind of a set aside from like the main story, so rather than like popping in and out of the main story, I figure I'll just focus on Tickington. They seem to mostly be callbacks to other Dragon Quest games. The Zoltan.
It is a relief to see you safe, my friend.
Oh, I see.
When the star shattered, I could not help but fear the worst. Faris has explained all that came to pass out upon the sands.
Yeah, but Faris is an idiot.
The savior appeared and destroyed the lantern before it could lay waste to my kingdom.
Yeah, but Faris is an idiot.
Aye. Though, I wouldn't go calling him your savior just yet. Anyway, never mind that now. There's something I want to ask you, your majesty. The runes on the barrier around the star, they spelled out a word, Kalasmus. Does that mean anything to you?
Kalasmos. Sadly, it does not.
Well, if it was written on the side of a star, you can bet it means something. Something important. Yeah, but we can't go letting it distract us too much. Mordigan's not going to defeat himself. We've work to be getting on with.
Lord Robert, your
Oh yeah, that's not a bad
quest
point,
to Lord of
Cleom.
Shadows is a noble one. The people of Gallopolis will be praying for your success.
Yes, and if there is ever anything you require, you need only ask. After all, I still owe you a favor.
Faris, you're a moron. Stay out of this. How's it going, Brad? Welcome to the channel, my man.
For God, we need to ask the Sultan about that hammer that used to belong to Erdwin.
The ham. We need Aaron's ham. We need Andrew's Erdrick's sandwich. Yeah, good old Rabbert. I guess Rabbert is like Squiddo's grandfather, right? My neck and shoulders are a bit sore right now, so I'm using the scarf to help keep them warm.
As a matter of fact,
I'm sore from all the ring-fit adventure.
A giant hammer that's supposed to be kept
I need to
here
pick
in
your brain
Gallopolis.
about a giant hammer.
We're going to need it to defeat Mordigan, and apparently you lot have had it since
Dip
the Age
waffle?
of Heroes.
The giant hammer, you say? Ah, yes. You mean the forging hammer? It has been in the royal family for generations. Faris, fetch
Oh,
the
is
forging
that
hammer
not
from
one of the
the
commands? I
treasure.
forget all the commands now. What is it called? Maybe I don't have one. I thought I had one for destruction. Sweet. I made one of these.
Aye, this is it. This is Erdwin's hammer, the one we saw in the vision.
Father?
It's a sick hammer.
Do you truly intend to give the hammer away? We had intended to sell it in order to fund this year's Nation.
These people are morons.
Silence! Insolent boy. The forging hammer
I think
is
it was
one
this.
of Gallopolis' greatest treasures. It has been handed down through the generations since time immemorial. But if we
Did I spell
must
unstoppable
relinquish it,
wrong? I did.
then so be it. You are the only ones who can defeat the Lord of Shadows.
Unstoppable.
It is yours.
Since time immemorial. Nice. We did it.
My nurse once told me that
They
the
sound
power of the
complete.
spirit of the land resides within the forging hammer.
So that favor did waffle. What if the favor was
Even the
for you to go away
hardest of
forever?
metals into shape. At least I think that is how the story goes. Well, I hope it helps you on your quest. Best of luck, dear friends. I shall be expecting good news.
Yeah, I don't know how. My only guess about this part of the world is that they have like easy living, and like a general year-to-year surplus has meant that their government doesn't really need to be all that good because there's no risk of them running out of funds anyways. And so because they're just like constantly in like soft times, the administration is incompetent. You know what I mean? And so they're just like, at one point in time, there was a leader who forged this place into, a great city, like an oasis in the desert. But this is the few generations who have just been coasting on the accomplishments of the golden age of Gallopolis, and they're just slowly selling off the accomplishments of the last dynasty, so to speak, in order to pay for the parties of this generation, who don't actually know glory, they only know opulence. So the past generation had so much to celebrate that they held festivals and parties. And then this generation just assumes that you're supposed to have festivals and parties, but they don't actually have anything to celebrate. So my colleagues have managed to find some shards of lantern in the desert, though. I've seen a couple. They look absolutely fascinating. I'd love to perform a few experiments on them. I've heard the desert's crawling with monsters. And there's no way someone like me could venture out on a shard hunt. You look like you can handle yourself, though. I don't suppose you'll be able to go out there and find one, could you? An egg 8 of evolution. I think I already got one of them. Yeah, based on how all the kings gather around the table, I guess they don't go to war with each other. Thus, save them a lot of money. Yeah, war is expensive, both in terms of like actual money, but also in terms of like natural resources, right? Like you gotta chop down a lot of trees, you gotta make a lot of leather boots, you gotta build a lot of vehicles, and then there's just the sheer gross loss of life, where just like people literally die, and all of the culture and experience, knowledge, education that they gained over their life just explodes and disappears forever. War is a horrific waste. All right, boys and girls of Twitch, I think this has been a fun one. I think I'm gonna call it here for now. I will be streaming again this evening in a few hours. More than a few hours, but yeah, in a few hours, so to speak. If you haven't followed the channel yet, please do so. If you want to join the Discord, I'll give everybody a heads up when they can expect me to be streaming again this evening. But just in general, there's a lot of cool, fun people hanging out in the old Discord. If you get along well with the people who are in the chat, you'll probably get along well in the Discord. But yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. This evening, I'm gonna be playing something else, followed by more Dragon Quest. I'll be taking suggestions from people about what we want to play together. Usually, I start off Saturday evening live streams with a little bit more of a community game, either something that people want me to play or something we can play together. So if you got any strong opinions, go share them in the Discord. So I'll see what people are thinking about. Anyways, everybody, thanks so much for joining in. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to getting this magic sword together and using it to kill the devil. I assume is the plot line coming up. All right, have a good one, everybody.